So I would suggest look at it from three perspectives. The first and the biggest challenge would be like how you are building next generation teams.
Mm-hmm.
So these next generation teams should not be creating new kind of silos. So when I hear about like DevOps teams, so I actually like to rather question what is DevOps team, and is
Mm-hmm.
how is it different from your development and operations team, and is it like the the whole intent of creating a DevOps team, is it collaboration, or is it creating another kind of silos? This is a challenge because there's no typical team structure which can be put forward. It is based on the maturity of an organization where you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what is uh, is a viable solution for you as an organization to put forward, right? So that's one thing, and it's a big challenge, and people are talking about, you know, how to kind of not only look at, you know, reorganizing, restructuring, but you know, how to build up skills in order that people should collaborate, how you build incentives in the system so that people are enticed to collaborate, right? The incentives should be there, and also uh, your onboarding to DevOps and the speed of onboarding to DevOps will be directly proportional to the trust you have in the team. So
Right.
how do you build that trust is a challenging area, and it has a lot of lead time in it. So people have to think through how they have to craft it. The second area I would say, and it is also very critical, is technology.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go and talk in these meetups, and in 5 seconds these talks, DevOps talks become technology talks.
Yeah.
So I would say that this is a challenge because technology is also is only an enabler, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course we want to bring technology closer to the user, but you need to kind of work on the intent, like what is your why, what is the purpose of bringing that technology in. And if you're talking about like DevSecOps, the culture of security, and how do you bring that aspect, and how do you upskill people to use that technology is more important than technology itself, right? So, and the tools itself. So that's second aspect. The third aspect, I would say that a lot has been discussed about ITIL versus DevOps and Agile
Mm-hmm.
versus DevOps. So without going into all this discussion, I would say process. And why do you have a process in a system? Like, think about it. If you're driving a car on the road, how many times you would put brakes?
Mm-hmm.
It depends on how much you know that road, how much you trust the other drivers, how many speed breakers are there on the road, right? So the your process is basically, you know, if you can think about your process like this, so it is based on, it's directly proportional to trust. So build a process which works for your organization, where you are in your maturity. You cannot put a process which is DevOps oriented until and unless people have built collaboration. People are at the same level. You cannot leave people behind, right? So
Right.
you
Right.
need to upskill them. You need to make them understand the why. And then people will naturally trust each other. You don't have to put speed breakers on the road. You don't have to reduce your speed because somebody else is coming from the other
Mm-hmm.
direction, right? So if
Right.
you have like 2 release cycles, and you know you have multiple developers working in different geographies, it's easy. You put some practices in place, you trust your own team, and that's the way to go.